All right, going over these, thinking about this. You see the notes and you see all the changes in the first half. That's what's going to be for the second half. We get the rebuild, recover section, specifically the training and recover section. And so I am literally going to go program by program, the justification for why it was created this way. Collaborated with a good buddy of mine who did the programming, Vladimir Cherguz. Show why we did what we did, and then any changes that I made to it and why, and go even deeper into training, because there are things that need to be understood that could have been written. It wasn't in my brain at that time as being polished to where it is now. And then I want to go through each move. So one, how you can utilize the programs even better to create your own. That was the point. And then to go through each move. There's 50 in the movement section. There's 50 that are listed with pictures and everything else. I'm going to literally go move by move into each one as to ways that we can utilize them even better. Ones that I would even wash out. And then two ones that I would include if I were to write this now in what I prescribe for myself as being more effective than what we provided. But there is a justification to why we did it, the way we did it. But some things need to be cleared up and just, as I said again, polished and improved upon. So that training section is going to be substantial, and then the recover section, of course. I'm getting questions on the recovery, I'm getting questions on the training, so please, when you register, submit your questions. If there's any specific concerns that you've got with your experimentation that you've been doing with the book so far on your own, and you want stuff cleared up, again, you can ask the person who wrote the book. Ask me specifically, and assuming that I can answer it, I will. If the Zoom doesn't already. So we are getting into the rebuild, recover section. That's part 2 of my 300 and something page book to go over the edits. The first half took us over 2 hours. I can imagine the second half, because I'm going to brush up on some stuff for the first half and review just a little, but the first half is covered, it's there. But this second half is going to take just as much time to uncover and discover some things, and then touch upon your questions. So that's this Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific. It is the Zoom webinar intensive on the edits and updates and changes to the second half of my book, Minimize Injury, Maximize Performance. So if you've been utilizing the book, it was published in 2018. You've had 5 years to experiment, right? I've changed a lot. Therefore, if I were to rewrite it, a lot's changed. And I want to expose some deeper concepts that weren't able to be discussed, or I didn't have time to in a 30-second interview. But the rebuild, recover section, that is the training and recover section. So from the performance warm-ups, from the abbreviated performance warm-ups, from the beginner, intermediate, advanced plans, from session 1, session 2, session 1, 2, 3, session 1, 2, 3, 4, covering it all. Gonna go deep, expose a lot behind those 3, show how you can even utilize them even better, make changes if you haven't already, and then things that if I were to implement it now, if I were to do the programming, if I were to republish this thing, what would this rebuild section look like? What would be the things that I would be talking about that I would want you to know? What are the things that are teachable? And there is a ton that has changed from a training standpoint that is able to generally be applied so that you can specifically discover things on your own. So email me if you have questions, or to register, info@TommyJohnIII.com. Time for me to train, actually. Yeah, see you then.